Have you ever pondered, dear listeners, what separates wisdom from foolishness? Is it knowledge, experience, or perhaps a combination of both? Our tale today, set in a far-off land, might shed some light on this age-old question. In the kingdom of fools, which was as peculiar as its name suggests, reigned a king whose royal decree was as unusual as his subjects. The king, in his infinite wisdom or lack thereof, issued a proclamation that all his subjects should work during the cool, serene nights and sleep through the scorching, bustling days. He firmly believed that this unconventional routine would yield a prosperous and peaceful kingdom. The king's edict was as ironclad as his crown. Anyone who dared to defy his order would face the king's wrath and punishment. The subjects, being fools themselves, accepted this decree without question, and soon the entire kingdom was bustling with nocturnal activity and daytime slumber. The king's rule continued unchallenged for years, and the kingdom of fools became a land of night owls and daydreamers. However, as with every rule that defies logic, the flaw in the king's decree soon became apparent. In the kingdom, there was a wise man who had recently moved there. He tried his best to adapt to the peculiar ways of the kingdom. However, he found it impossible to adjust to the king's decree. He could not fathom why he should work through the night and waste the precious daylight hours in sleep. The wise man, in his wisdom, decided to defy the king's decree. He continued his daily routine, working during the day and sleeping at night. This act of defiance did not go unnoticed. The king's guards arrested the wise man and brought him before the king. The king, in his folly, labeled the wise man a rebel and a threat to the kingdom's peace. As punishment, the king commanded that the wise man be made a jester, forever to entertain the king and his court with his foolish wisdom. But here's the twist, dear listeners. The wise man, with his wit and wisdom, turned the tables on the king. He used his new position to subtly point out the flaws in the king's decree and the foolishness of his rule. His jests and jokes, laced with wisdom, soon became the talk of the kingdom. The king, although initially amused, soon realized the depth of the wise man's words. He saw the error of his ways and, in a surprising turn of events, rescinded his decree. The kingdom returned to its normal routine, and the wise man was freed from his jester's duties. In the end, wisdom triumphed over foolishness. The king learned a valuable lesson that wisdom is not merely about knowledge or experience, but understanding the importance of logic and reasoning. Our tale of the kingdom of fools serves as a reminder that wisdom often disguises itself in the cloak of jest and humor. It shows us that a wise man can turn even the most foolish of situations into a lesson of wisdom. And it teaches us that wisdom is not a trait of the few, but a potential in all, waiting to be awakened.